welcome back to another episode of the Fake Friends podcast. You know, there'll probably never be a smooth intro ever from now until the end of time. You know, we're your hosts, JD Skip, before Stephen A and Skip. Way cooler, way smoother.
Way smoother.
But you know, we have another very special episode today. Gonna be talking some baseball. It's been a minute. You know, I got to go down to spring training, see a game live, see some boys rip it up. And, you know, we had some fantasy drafts. We had some Correa signings. We had, you know, a lot of things to talk about. And, you know, it would be pretty cool, too, is if, because I think you're running the chat. What's up, Ace? If, can you, like, do a screen share? And,
Screen share?
Yeah, so like, you know, like you go to like, I wonder if like we can find like current at bats of like players. And,
yeah, I can do that on here. Yeah,
because we should definitely get on the topic of Cody Bellinger. We should definitely.
Yeah, we got to touch that. See if that works. Come here. I'm sorry. I'm all right. Side note. See this virtual reality thing?
Okay. Ace is trying. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Is it too tight? It looks like it's too tight.
Too tight.
He's got a huge. I don't know his head.
What are you playing, dude? What's he playing?
He asked what you playing. What are you playing?
I'm gonna play Star Wars.
He plays Star Wars.
That's cool. What character are you gonna be?
That's maybe.
Who are you gonna be?
Huh?
Who are you gonna be?
What do you mean?
Like what character are you gonna be?
Oh, I can't change it. I can't pick my character.
Well, who's your character?
There's a regular man.
Yeah, some regular man, I guess. In Star Wars.
It's like a generic. Oh, that's cool, man. Have fun. Don't save us from the back.
I guess
we need it.
Yeah. All right. So hang on. Let me get this up. Let me get this up. Let me get You want to see Cody's stats?
I mean, that'd be cool to break down his videos. I mean, shit. We just get on this topic right now. Let's talk fucking Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, it's tough right now, man.
Because he's honestly a tremendous baseball player, but I don't know if there's a lingering injury or like, you know, because he got hurt last year. I can't remember.
Yeah.
What was that injury? Was it back or shoulder? What was last year's injury that kind of kept him out? It looked like he lost a lot.
I thought it was his back.
Yeah. Because like he could be healed from that, but not feeling like he used to feel, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely can alter some things.
And one thing he's doing that he started last year when he came back, probably because he lost some strength from being out so long with not being able to lift, is he started choking up on his bat. There's nothing wrong with that, but fuck that shit. You don't need to do that. Cody Bellinger. Yeah. He's definitely searching for shit at the plate. He definitely
All right, you can see my view, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get this up here. So now there you go.
So do we have anything from spring? Yeah, look at that spring right there.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you know, it's spring, but that's tough.
But there's times where, you know, so if you're not watching the video, he's got 24 at-bats with 17 strikeouts. There's times where...
Okay, put it down right there. I'll try
he's not hitting the ball, like touching it, even close. Like, he looks lost at the plate. And, you know, that could happen to anyone at any level, but...
Anybody, but, I mean...
It's just tough to see someone as talented as him. I mean, he just won an MVP 2018. And now he looks like someone from, you know, Space Jam, where he loses his ability to play the game.
And I mean, in 2019, he was an all-star. 2020, you know, tricky
Sorry,
year.
2019, he was the MVP. My bad.
2020 was a tricky year, but who knows, man? There's a lot of things that go on in athletes' heads, players' heads, that I'm sure is not, you know, easy to deal with. So I think I don't know too. I mean, even this year was tricky with the late start of spring. Who knows what he was doing? But I mean, like, you know, I still think he'll come out, hit like 250, 25 bombs.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, I still think this dude, regardless of what he's been doing in the spring, I'm not saying he's in trouble. I'm just saying, you know, he's definitely not Cody Bellinger for what we know him for. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, you can tell he's trying to like not show that he is in a tough spot mentally, trying to find it.
It could be. Yeah, he could be pressing hard. He could be pressing really hard right now because
like, dude, he had actually
and it's too tough. Like those first 20 at bats that he went, like I don't know when the rate of the strikeouts to the at bats, but right now it's like 50%. But like you get in that rut early and you just find yourself trying to get out of that rut. Now you step into the box like can't strike out. And then what do you next thing you know, pitcher makes 3 perfect fucking pitches.
Right. And I'll say that Sean Manaea, when I was watching his at-bats that game, his first at-bat in the Sean Manaea outing, he honestly just had a at-bat that didn't go his way. Like, dude, that's the thing. These pitchers aren't giving him anything to hit. They're just throwing like breaking balls and all this shit. When they locate their fastball, they're burying him low and in, dude. And it's just like, they're, but when he is getting pitches over the zone, it's especially fastballs. I've seen him be like tremendously late on fastballs. And, that's just, like you said,
it could be, I think, I won't say, I haven't seen enough of his at-bats. I won't say it's not a physical adjustment that's necessary, but it could just be like, a mental adjustment he needs to make, or a physical adjustment he needs to make. But I will say that he's going on his 5th year in the bigs, 6th year in the bigs, and he'll make an adjustment is what I think.
Right.
And unless he's still hurt also. If he's not 100%, I wouldn't factor that out also. I think that makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt it does, especially coming back from a back injury. I mean, that your back is so crucial to hitting.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable or something doesn't feel right and you're doing something, I don't know. I mean, he's just different. It's just different. It's a whole different look. It's a whole different setup. And it's like he's changed his stance so many times already at spring, I feel like. I mean, he's changed his batting stance, I feel like, at least every year in the league. So I don't know. We'll see. If we could find a way to get some video, take a look, it'd be great. I don't know if we're able to pull that up, but
we might be able to. Hang on, let me see. Cody.
Yeah, I don't. And I feel bad because
strikeout king. Yeah, I turned on that game yesterday too to catch his at bats, and I didn't get him.
So yeah, it just took a long time to turn around the lineup because after he literally came up next, and he struck out. And you can tell it's a rhythm thing, you can tell it's a feel. It's just there's no comfort up there, and
the hard thing is trying to find a video just as at bats without other commentary,
to where you can't like mute it or something.
Yeah. Hang on. Or like I don't want it chopped up. I just want the at bats.
Right. Yeah, like a pitch sequence. That'd be pretty sick.
Pitch sequence. Yeah, I don't know. Next time. I know we kind of did this one on the fly. I'll get a little more. We'll be a little more prepared to have that. Let me see. I know he made a joke about it or something. He was like, whatever. Yeah,
and like again, I'm not saying he should be in like a absolute like fight or flight mode, but like there should be some concern to where you're like, I mean, dude, he don't look comfortable. It's not even so much about the strikeouts. It's like he doesn't look comfortable. And that's where I'm like, damn, Cody.
Yeah.
Like, you're a stud. Like, can't you just go watch like your highlight reel from 2019? You're like, oh yeah, that's what I used to do. And just like erase your memory and just feel like you're in 2019, go to sleep, wake up and feel like it's 2019 and go to the ballpark. Like just, it's all mental, just kind of.
I think it is mental. Again, if it's not just mental, I think it's mental because of the injury. Because it's like what I think is blatant is that he's a different player after he got hurt.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think that can really mess you up because, like I said, you compensate in areas like you don't want to feel pain that you felt before, or you're trying not to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like
which I know that I've had arm injuries, and during that process of really knowing you're hurt, you start compensating. Like I feel like my whole arm slot I lost after my first injury because you just play through pain
and everything. You just play through
it. And then it's just like it's gone. You have to find it's fucking pain in the ass, man.
So it sucks. Definitely sucks. But in some brighter news, brighter news in spring training. I guess in spring, young studs are looking pretty clean, and everybody looks pretty good in their new unis. Correa looks pretty good. I know I wasn't a fan at first, but he picked a great number to wear. Blue Jays probably have the best team. Red Sox looking really good. I remember you talking to me about your first baseman over there. He's been balling this spring. Yankees are going to be a problem. I think the Yankees will be a problem if they can get some arms to like be consistent. Spring looks good. Spring,
where do you want to start? I think we should touch on all of it. Let's start with the Red Sox real quick, just because I feel like I always have to bring them up. But you can always pick up pitching during the season, but adding Story, and if he's I watched his at bats today, dude. He looked, a little not anxious, but just kind of, you could tell he was like excited, And he looked good at the plate. He had some good swings. He had a nice RBI single. He had a walk. He had a strikeout on a tough call, but he looks good, dude. And honestly, in that lineup, he's gonna fucking ball. And the Red Sox are probably gonna win the World Series. As crazy as that sounds, that lineup,
it wouldn't surprise me,
because Rafael Devers is a god. Like, this dude, who a lot of people probably don't watch hit, this kid's fucking Rafael Devers is the real freaking deal. Like, he should be considered in the top 5 of like best hitters in the league. He really should. That kid's special. And that's not even trying to be a homer, dude. Like, this kid just hits and is fearless. He's never flustered. It's like he doesn't have a brain.
I'm about to say, he's not thinking.
No, he's not, dude.
He's not thinking. And the ability is just it's elite. It's elite. He's not thinking. He's like, oh, you threw me this? See ya.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's crazy. I'm like, this dude, and then he just gals.
He's not even thinking. He's not even
like,
thinking.
Like another one, He's so cool, man. That kid's special, dude. He really is. That Trevor Story, man. It's gonna be cool to see him out there. Him and Xander up the middle. That should be a lot of fun. In the same division with the Yankees. Same situation. They just need pitching. I will say I do want to say this. I think it's completely cool that the New York freaking Yankees got the fucking vax. The vax situation.
Because their studs wouldn't have been able to play. They were like, we're not doing this Kyrie shit.
And the rich people were like, the rich people that have money with the Yankees were like, hold on a second. Like, not saying we don't care about Kyrie, but this is the Yankees. Like, you mean Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, fucking Stan ain't gonna be playing? Nah, that shit don't fly.
Nah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, and they had that mayor fucking correct that real shit, which, if you're a citizen, should have you pissed off because it didn't benefit them, but that should be changed soon too. I thought that was pretty funny how hey, money.
It speaks volumes. And I think it actually sets the precedent for people to kind of just open their eyes to see what is like, what really matters, what's really important here when it comes to that whole situation and debacle of guidelines and rules regarding, restrictions on certain things, whether you've been stabbed in the arm or not. And I think them doing that, we're like, yeah, no. It's not that. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop playing games. We're gonna stop playing games because it's bigger than that. So the climate's also different. They wouldn't have done that for a 2021 season if like the requirements were intact. The climate's a lot different right now. People aren't as scared, so a lot more people are like, yeah, whatever.
Here's a little tidbit for that. Shout out Tommy G. He was the one that put this together. So Steve Cohen, who's a big money investor into the mayor, what do you call those people? Like a donor.
Donor?
The new mayor. Yeah.
Campaign donor or something?
Yeah. So that mayor made the announcement of this update for baseball to not be included in this at Citi Field. And it's like, oh, because he's your donor. Because the Mets had some people too. I don't know if it was as many as the Yankees. I don't know who specifically. I feel like Pete Alonso was one of them. I think he was, if I remember last time hearing. But it did affect the Mets, and it's just crazy. And also, Kyrie he made, I guess, on one of his Instagram lives earlier in the season, he mentioned like something slipped of him saying that he knew he was going to play this year without having to, get touched. And that's why he really wasn't like kind of going crazy about it, just kind of waiting his time. And, they knew. This is just like you just mentioned. It's just all politics.
Well,
man.
Politics, and that's why I think it's cool what the Yankees did, because they were just like, screw this politics. We're playing baseball.
Yeah, we're playing baseball. Like, fuck you. Switch this.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
We're playing baseball. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, and it just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. But
and you had the mayor that had to go, oh, it's because of the science. But if you look at some numbers and things going on around that time, it wasn't. It's not. It's just cool how you can throw that term out around these days and justify
everything. Justify everything with it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. All my wrongdoings are because of science too, and my right doings. Yeah. Anyways, so the Yankees, man, they have a fun fucking lineup, especially with Josh Donaldson there. He's one of the coolest. But Josh Donaldson changed baseball.
Yeah, he did.
He's the one. He literally went on MLB Network and said,
"Stop swinging down."
He said,
"Hit the bottom of the ball."
If there's any coach that tells you need to swing down the ball, you tell him that doesn't get you paid. And that's it. Everyone else just was like, "Wait a minute, this guy's right."
I tell kids this, people this all the time. I go, the terminology is so important, because like I sent you a clip of Donaldson. I'm like, yo, he didn't even swing up.
No,
and the terminology is just what really mind boggles young hitters, professional hitters, because how you interpret something is then how you're going to reenact what you're interpreting. So like if you're telling someone to swing down on it, they're thinking in their head, how am I going to do that? If you're telling someone to swing up, they're thinking in their head, how am I going to do that? And then they're going to try to apply it. And I think, something that I've learned over just time from playing, coaching, everything, is that the terminology matters, where you don't give the person the directions. You just tell them to be direct. And then however they do that is how they do that. If that makes sense. I don't want to get carried away talking hitting, but like when you have coaches saying, hey, swing down on the ball, you're going to have kids who are going to adjust everything that they do to literally create a downward angle. And as opposed to, like you said, I remember when I was a kid, it was like, hey, have a level swing. And like, I'm 9. I don't even know what level means. I'm just swinging it back, So like the terminology matters. And that's why I think like from a hitting standpoint, because everything that big league hitters do, professional hitters do, their barrel from the point of whatever you want to call it, like from whatever point is their strongest point, their barrel goes from there directly to the ball. It's that simple. It doesn't go anywhere else. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't go this way. It goes from there to the ball, and it's quick and it's strong. And that's why it's strong, is because it's quick. And they're also giants. A lot of people forget that part too. Like people in the big leagues hit the way they hit because they're strong, physically, like physical.
Well, I want to also make this comment too, is because I agree with everything you're saying, but you have people like Brian Kenny and these other fucking suit idiots on personalities on TV, and not to say they don't know things about baseball, but they'll say, well, strikeouts are going up in baseball because guys are swinging up and the ball's being pitched up in the zone. It's like, no. Guys are striking out because they fucking suck. That's why.
Also, I do think there's been definitely a philosophy change when it comes to approach before the, I think a hitter's approach was to just put the ball in play. And now you live with an out, because just put the ball in play and hit it to the shortstop. Well, you didn't strike out, but it still got a 6-3. Now guys have accepted a strikeout is just an out.
Right.
And so guys go up to the plate with only the intent to do damage. And that swing, I think, does generate more swing and misses. Like when you play a video game, you can have a power swing or a contact swing. Mm-hmm. And at one point, basically in real life in the bigs, it was just a contact swing. And if it jumped up out of there. Now you have some power hitters who I think could do it both, but also at the same time, pitching wasn't the same as it is now, which I think makes a difference. It's like counterproductive to this new approach, because you could overpower guys, and that's going to beat the guy who goes up there to simply just try to drive the ball out the ballpark.
because not for nothing, but we played baseball our whole lives. There was never a time when I was at the plate where I said, I obviously I say, hey, I don't want to strike out because I just don't want to make an out, but I want to try to drive the ball. So it's like
hit the ball as far as I can.
Every time I was like, oh, I just want to put the ball in play. It's like, no, I want to
hit the ball as far as I can every single time.
I want to
as hard as I can.
If I hit the ball at the shortstop, I want to make sure he doesn't feel it because it went through him.
Through him. I want to hit it as hard as I can.
I want to hit it as hard as I can. I'm not trying to just put it in play to put it in play. Like I'm trying to drive the ball at all times, at all counts, at all pitches. It's not about fucking, so. But no, it is a good point though. But I will say a lot of it does have to do with guys just not being a hit as well at fastballs up in the zone because they don't have the freaking hands. You know what I mean? And the way they've been swinging the bat caters to like that approach. Certain guys just are more to hit certain pitches in the zone because that's where they're kind of looking and they get it and then they don't miss.
Yep.
But moving forward, not to keep harping on hitting philosophy, even though we are the best hitters on the planet. Hey man, you might not have the consistency skills to constantly hit guys like Garrett Cole, but I sure know how to do it. Not saying I'm gonna do it all the time, but I have a fucking approach. I know what to fucking look for.
Yeah.
That's where it all lies. Hey, I know how he's gonna pitch to me. That's
where it all lies.
That's where it all lies. Well, anyways, but I was able to go see the Blue Jays play last week, and that was a lot of fun. I was in the Tigers in Lakeland, and I was right behind home plate, front row, and seeing like Riley Green looking really good, and I didn't see Javi or Torkelson, but Miggy's just the balls. I've seen him play a few times live, and he's awesome. No matter what the haters say about him now, that guy is just so good. The Akil Baddoo kid, I mean, I like his approach. I don't know how good he'll be in terms of numbers, but that kid can play for me any day. I like his approach to the game. They still have Jonathan Scope. That kid, good man. He's freaking good.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller. I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but seeing Bo and Vladdy up close, it's just not even. I know we talked about it on the phone, but no, seriously, like Bo Bichette, I'm not trying to like overreact, but this dude came out the dugout to get on freaking on deck circle, and I'm like 10 feet from it, and I just started smiling because he's the coolest baseball player there is, dude. Like his hair's just flowing. He's got the bands, he's just saucy as shit. His pants don't even go down past his knees because they're designed that way because he's weird. And he just goes up to the plate and he hacks, dude. Like we talked about it. Like his hands are so quick. He's like, okay, you're just going to throw it and I'm swinging. Like it's just crazy how good he is. And then Vladdy's just on deck knowing that he's unbeatable. Like no one can beat him. Like he's just that good. And you can see it. And it was awesome.
Vladdy just knows.
No, that he just knows. Like, and
you can
see it. You can see it. Like, dude, he was on deck watching the pitcher throw. Like, it reminded me of like anyone else taking their ABs. You just kind of going through your at bat. And he's just going like, "Yep, I can hit that." Yep.
He just knows.
He's just literally going like, "Yep, I can hit that." Like, I'm like, I love it. He's got an attitude. It's great, and he just knows. He got the swagger. And the Jays are going to be tough, man. Springer, Bo, Chapman, Vlad. If Gavin Biggio feels more comfortable being back at second, and that helps him stay healthy. That's good. Teoscar Hernandez is a forgotten power bat. The Goriel kid's good. And they're going to be tough. I saw the Manoah kid pitch that day too.
Yep.
It was Manoah versus Matt Manning. He looks good. Dude, you know what's crazy about him? He's huge. He looks like an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he's big.
He's got to be at least like 6'5", and he's big. Like he's wide. He's a big boy. He's a big dude. And Matt Manning too. He looked pretty good. He was pretty good. But that was a lot of fun. So the AL East and even the NL West would probably say the two toughest divisions. And I think we can go talk about the AL Central next. I think the AL Central quietly is going to be a tough division. I think the Twins are going to be interested with that Correa sign. And I think, Correa's a dog, and that's an interesting situation he got going on there.
They got a lineup too. They got a lineup. Sanchez is there. Buxton is there.
The Polanco kid gets slept on. He's pretty consistent.
Yeah, they Correa should be fun to watch there. I was indifferent about it at first. Maybe just because I thought he should have went to LA or stayed in Houston. In either LA. Like I think if he went to the Angels, if everybody's healthy, Mike Trout might finally get a chance to play in the postseason if Correa went to the Angels. And if he went to the Dodgers, then you could just write it up right now, I think, because that lineup would have been almost really hard to beat with Freeman, Correa, Betts, even a hurt, Bellinger. But him in Minnesota is interesting. The contract's interesting also. 3 years. It's kind of like he got the opportunity to bet on himself because he's going to be a free agent at what, 29, 30? Yeah. So that's kind of cool. It's different. And hopefully he balls out. Like hopefully he goes and he puts up like A-Rod numbers, like hits 50 bombs. You know what I mean? Because I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and he's already a tremendous defender. I mean, if he just hits 35 bombs and gets close to 100 ribbies, I mean, that's successful without a doubt. Yeah,
anything's possible.
I hopefully that place is rocking. It's cold in Minnesota this time of year, but hopefully it's rocking because
Minnesota it is. Yeah. But me, my pick. I'm rolling with coming out of the AL is the White Sox again. I'm picking them. Coolest team on the planet. I know I said the Blue Jays are, but White Sox are like 1A. Blue Jays.
No. It is the White Sox.
The White Sox have the coolest team on the planet.
When your whole lineup 1 through 9 goes no undershirt, thick chains, and 2 buttons unbuttoned.
Human link chains unbuttoned. Everybody hits a bomb and they throw it back to the 5th row. Everybody.
I belong on that team.
And Yohan Moncada just wears white gloves and white cleats. Like that's it. It doesn't matter what uniform they're wearing. They could be wearing grays. They could be wearing black tops. They could be wearing white bottoms. Yep. He's got on white cleats and white batting gloves, and he's
white sleeves.
And white sleeves.
He wears a white do-rag too.
Doesn't matter. He's the coolest player that there is on that team.
Yeah.
So I picked them. And I think they had it last year too. Who'd they lose to last year?
Might have been the Astros.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, because I had them beat. I thought they were going to beat the Astros, and it was not an easy series, but I'm picking them again.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I mean, they're a freaking tough team. They have a deep bullpen too. They got arms. They got the playmakers. Andrew Vaughn should have a good year. And, if Robert stays healthy, I like him a lot too. He looks really good. And yeah, they should be very competitive. Very competitive.
They should.
Yeah, what else? What else happened? I'm trying to recollect. I don't know. What else happened? What other?
Sorry, I got distracted a little bit responding to a text. In baseball,
that we wanted to cover.
That we wanted to touch on. I know we wanted to touch on how cool the White Sox, the Blue Jays were, Correa.
Yep.
There was a few things. I'm sure some are slipping my mind, but hey, that's why we'll probably do this again. Because the best thing they say about baseball? You got another one tomorrow. You got another one tomorrow. Go get them tomorrow.
There was a player I wanted to ask you if you saw, and it's pissed me off. It wasn't Bobby Witt. We should talk about Bobby Witt because that kid is.
I want to do. We're telling the 2 people that listen to our podcast or watch our podcast secrets. I want to do like a whole cover all prospects
that are actually going to be showed.
Yeah.
Because Hunter Green is going to be starting this year. Like that's official today. Yeah, we should cover that. Maybe by the season starts, 1 or 2 episodes, do like a guys to watch. Now, there was another player that I wanted to ask you if you saw him hit. Freaking. I mean, you could talk about. You should talk about. You should talk about Gavin Lux.
I mean, probably a nice guy. He's probably a really nice guy. I just recall like two years ago, before 2020.
I think it might have been around 2020.
Hey.
I could have been 2019 too, because he was in the whispers with like Mookie Betts trade.
But I want to say he was a top prospect when they were just like deciding the prospects they were going to trade. And I remember seeing it, and I'm just like, doesn't look like it sticks. And I'm not taking anything away from him because as I always say, like nothing's easy or like mediocre about being in the big leagues and performing. And it's not like he's stinking up the can. But the hype was like he was this phenom.
Like a Tatis.
Yeah, like a Tatis. And it's just not there. It's not there at all. And I don't think it ever will be. I think he's an average baseball player. I think his tools are average. He doesn't touch the ball when he goes out the ballpark. He's got to really get it. Mm-hmm. So I just, I don't want to put him down, in a sense, because like I said, it's not easy, but he's not what they once thought. And but the media in baseball, definitely, especially baseball, because it's such a numbers game, they do that and they just throw it under the rug like nothing.
Yep.
They just throw it under, because the Giant, they did the same thing with one of the Giants kids, Panic. They hyped Panic up after I think like maybe his first or 2 years in the bigs, and then it just kind of was like,
That's who it was. That's who I want to ask.
Fizzled out.
He's right. It was Joey Bart, dude. What's the word? Can he hit?
Supposedly he can hit.
Have you seen him?
Not much. I've seen a little bit. But when I did, it wasn't. I'll tell you what I've seen, I wasn't like I got to continue to see it.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you should be able to watch. Like, dude, I went
like these. And hang on, not to cut you off, because like when you see guys like Bichette, Tatis, Vladdy, you're like, I got to see them continuously because you're like, that's special. Shohei, you're like, that's special. These guys that they're kind of hyping up, the only people I'd say would be like, yeah, I got to see this continuously is Torkelson, Rutschman, Witt.
Oh, Witt.
Witt Jr., Blaze Jordan.
Batista, yeah.
Yeah, like seriously. And that's just because of like what they, I will say one guy, Miguel Sano, I thought, and I mean, he does. He's just kind of inconsistent. But he was also kind of, when he was like a younger cat, that I was like, oh, I got
hyped up a lot.
I got hyped up a lot. But that's the thing, like the hype is always there, and then it just fizzles out on these guys that aren't really it.
Nah, I mean, you usually can see it. I mean,
yeah.
I was at Mookie Betts' first Red Sox home game, like his first game, his debut at Fenway. I was in the stadium. I wasn't like behind home plate, I was down the right field line, but I could still see. And this kid, just watching him swing, you're like, this kid can fucking play. Like he belongs. You can see it. I remember watching Tatis's like first spring appearance in his first early spring games in 2019. No one's really talking about him other than just kind of MLB being like, hey, this kid's probably going to be at the level. He might make the team in 2019. And you watch his swing and you just go, no, this kid's it. Like he belongs. You just see it, and that's so like, that's what you're saying when it comes to like someone like Gavin Lux. Same thing. Like I watched him hit and I was just kind of like, like, where's his power that like, the swing doesn't translate to be like numbers producing. You watch Carlos Correa play, you're like, this kid's a stud.
Stud, yeah, all around. Everything he does.
I watched Bobby Witt swing once last year, and I went, holy shit, Bobby Witt is going to be a gamer because of his swing. This dude he got hands, Yeah, you just see it. And if you can't see it, you'll never see it.
Yeah. It just won't be there.
Like, dude, say what you want. Again, it's not because I love him, but like, I was watching this dude's at bat the other day, like 2 days ago, Chris Bryant. For how much he doesn't get credit for being one of the best hitters in baseball, because he gets pitched to like he's the best hitter in baseball. This dude sees so many off-speed pitches in one at bat. It's insane. You would think you throw him a fastball, it's a home run. It's just so crazy how Chris Bryant gets pitched a million breaking balls. And it's like,
I think that's because pitchers. So your presence in the box is what makes you fearful. And maybe that's the thing with Trout. Maybe Trout, when he steps in the box, He doesn't intimidate a pitcher, so they're just like, yeah, 92 down the pipe. Chris Bryant's 6'5", and he's huge.
Down.
And he squats down and he covers the plate. And so a pitcher's like, I can't throw him anything straight. Yep. Everything has to move. I need him to be and that's what I think it is. The presence. It's the presence that you give off in the box. I mean, even look at Betts. Betts, they'll challenge Betts. I mean, his presence is upright. He's smaller. Mm-hmm. Trout is upright. He's smaller. There's guys that step in the box and you're like, man, I don't even want him to swing the bat. Or if he does swing it, I want him to miss it badly. I don't want him to touch it. And I think a guy like Chris Bryant, pitchers are like, he can't even touch it. I don't want him to touch the ball because if he touches the ball, he might hit it out of here. That's what I think is going on with guys like Bryant.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I mean, if you've never seen a Chris Bryant at bat, they usually will try to start him off hard inside, and then it's just everything slider away.
15 sliders.
Slider away. He'll see 4 or 5 in one at bat if it goes deep. It's crazy, dude. I would hate to be Chris Bryant because I'm like, I go to the plate, be like, well, I'm about to see all off speed pitches again. I got a pitch to hit. Holy shit, I wasn't ready because I never see him.
Never see him.
No, it is stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, is there anything else you want to touch upon since the last time we talked? I mean, that's about it.
It's been a minute. Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I do want to before the season starts, maybe we'll do this next time. Is kind of just ramble about some prospects and give our uneducated opinion on projections of what they'll do. And see.
No, highly educated. We fucking. Yeah. Dude, our batting average for baseball is 900 mentally.
It is. Because there's a lot of times. Honestly, you know what? I'm not even going to stop there. I'd say sports, period. Like, we see stuff and we're just like, yeah or no.
Yeah.
Yeah or no. Like, and we can ramble off a list. We can ramble off a list of guys.
Yes, yeah. No. Yes.
Like, just yeah or no. Yeah or no. Yep, told you. Yep, nope, told you. John Morant, I could think of.
Oh, man, you were the first person to go, bro, the Pelicans should draft John Morant.
John Morant.
At the end of the day, Ja does more than Zion.
John Morant, and Trae Young, all-star, and everybody was like, he will never be this.
Oh, and Trae Young's going to be nasty. And he was like, oh, he fucking sucks.
Okay.
Well, I watched him play Oklahoma, and he digests the flow of the game. He knew how to, he understood the flow of the game. He saw the lanes. He saw the passes. He saw the attempts to attack. Like, he saw it. He saw the game.
The only one I'd say, I know I missed most recently was Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. I remember when the Celtics picked him, and I was like,
and
I feel like he just grew. He's grew, and he's like, they got such a 1-2 punch over there with Tatum, because Tatum, another one we know. Yeah, we know when he should have went number 1. Who was in that draft? Fultz.
Markelle Fultz. Danny Ainge played the whole league. He was like, oh, I'm going to take this guy, and everyone was like, oh shit, and then he was like, nah, I'm trading down. Yeah, they were like, what? And then he was like, yeah, I'm taking Tatum. He didn't want anyone to know he was taking Tatum. He knew.
He knew.
Yep,
Yeah.
He knew.
Same thing happens in baseball. We know. I'm telling you, Von's going to hit 30 bombs in like 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Torkelson is going to do it probably in his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Adley Rutschman is going to be like Buster Posey on steroids because he switch hits when it comes to a catcher in terms of like their impact, because he can actually play catcher. Like, he's defensively just as good as he is offensively, and he switch hits. Bobby Witt Jr., an American Tatis.
Yeah, in all honesty, like
he's an American Tatis.
Basically, yeah.
And Vladdy is going to become the closest thing to Barry Bonds. He's just going to be a right-handed. He's going to be a right-handed version.
Yeah, no, honestly,
you're not going to be able to pitch to Vlad.
You're not going to be able to pitch to Vlad Jr. at some point.
He's going to walk up to the plate, and they're going to go.
Yeah,
for him. Because we can't throw him anything. Why? Because he knows what we're going to throw him. Or what they're going to do is they're just going to unintentionally walk him like they used to do Barry. They're just going to throw balls into the stands 4 times in a row. They're going to bounce it in the dirt 5 times in a row.
They're going to get tired of hearing Blacata.
You know what always You know what always tripped me out about that too? About like those Barry Bonds at bats where you could watch like 2 pitches and be like, they're walking them, is they would get to 3-0 and then throw a strike.
Yeah,
they throw a 3-0 fastball just to waste a pitch. Like, you could have just threw another ball. You know you're not challenging them 3-1. Yeah, that's gonna happen to Vladdy pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Chris Bryant, and here's my hot take, and I'll wrap it. I'm dying on the hill that Chris Bryant's hitting 40 bombs this year. He's in Colorado. See ya. He's touching balls. They're flying out.
Yeah, as long as he's
Goodbye.
settled in, yeah, I agree. Because
40 bombs.
Yeah, dude, that kid's so good.
40 of them.
So freaking stupid. His swing is A-Rod-esque, in all honesty.
New league too. I mean, you know, I know he got reports on everybody in the bigs. Everybody's got, but see ya. See ya. New climate. See ya. He's been starting his years off in Chicago. Mm-hmm. See ya.
Yep.
He's coming to Denver.
Ain't got nothing to worry about.
Nothing. He's good.
Yeah, he's gonna ball out.
Yep. 40 of them. He's hitting 40 of them. As long as he's healthy.
Man, dying on a hill for this fresh new season. We're a week away. Man. Let's see. I've watched a lot of spring training baseball, believe it or not. I'm gonna go with this because I'm really rooting for him because I think he's a player that really cares. Players care, but I think he really wants to win. He's a competitor at heart. I think Trevor Story is going to have a tremendous season in the Red Sox lineup because that lineup's loaded. They're actually not. They're going to bat him sixth, and they're going to bat him sixth.
He's a two-hitter, leadoff hitter.
No. Against righties, he's going to bat sixth. Against lefties, he'll be in the 2-hole.
Okay.
You know how it goes, but I think I'm telling you, dude. When I saw Cora walk to the Fenway Stadium in 2018, I just knew. I listened to him talk baseball. I was like, this guy's it. This is the manager you want to play baseball for.
I think such a player's manager.
I think he understands his players so perfectly. And I just think Trevor Story, he's going to come to this very high pressure situation and feel no pressure. He's such a superstar talent and he's going to ball the fuck out. He's going to fucking dominate at Fenway, and he's going to ball the fuck out. And that team's going to be fucking really hard to compete with on a day-to-day basis. So Trevor Story's on the season. Because he had a shitty season last year. He shouldn't have got paid what he got paid based on his last year's numbers. I don't know if it was due to injury, but he had a tough year. I think he still hit 24 bombs, but he had an inconsistent year. But he's a superstar. That dude can play. And that's it. That's what I got. Until next time.
Till next time, man.
Yeah, man.
Season's on the way. When's opening day?
April 7th.
Week from tomorrow.
Yep.
It'll be rolling.
Show comes out this Friday.
Yep. Hope you got it lined up because I do.
I'm waiting on Best Buy to ship my copy. Motherfuckers haven't shipped it yet.
I got the digital joint, so.
I know. I should have done that, but I'm a sucker for the
physical
copy. Yeah, I need to get out of that, but all right.
All right, man.
Yep.
Why can't we be friends?